Welcome again to the new segment of Venezuela Insider. Today is November 15, and today we're going to do a recap of the week because there is like a tense calm right now, not too much on the news, but we're going to discuss the few things that happened this week. And the statements, mostly what we have right now, is statements and some news reports and analysis. Some might be true, some it isn't. So the most important event this week by far is the arriving of the largest aircraft carrier of the United States in the world, is the USS Gerald Ford. The whole package. It's not only the aircraft carrier, but a handful of military vessels, destroyers, and the whole 9 yards. And that joins the huge military buildup that the US military already has in the Caribbean, and we already reviewed that. The destroyers, the Ticonderoga class destroyer, the submarines, the planes, the F-35s, Puerto Rico, you name it. The US already had a party, but right now it's like Tomorrowland on the military affairs. So the official statement from the US is an anti-narcotics operation, but you don't need an army in order to strike some drug vessels or some drug camps. You use it in order to overthrow another army, a smaller army. And yes, everything points out that since the Maduro's government, not only Maduro, but basically most of his top brass of their government, they are being declared first. They have bounties by the US Justice Department, and also declared a terrorist organization called Cartel of the Suns. So, nothing new under the sun here. But, so you do 2 plus 2 equals 4. Yeah, that's the biggest hunch that we have. Also Marco Rubio, both as the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. Yeah, basically the second coming of Kissinger. And the first one, we already know how it ended. Now, afterwards, we got another statement. I mean, this is a formal statement from the US Secretary of War, formerly of Defense, Pete Hegseth, saying that they're launching a new operation called Operation Southern Spear. And yeah, we might, read between the lines on what it's all about. And then afterwards, we have statements back and forth, journalists, people allegedly on US politicians, also the politicians close to Maduro. Also, you have, including Maduro himself, of course. Also, you have the opposition leader, Machado, giving statements of her own. Now she's giving orders directly to police officers and military personnel within Venezuela, saying that basically switch sides when the time comes. Other, speculation right now. Now, this is nothing concrete or anything like that. This time comes from the Congressman Carlos Jimenez. He's the Cuban American, Republican from Florida, saying that basically Maduro wants to apply, scorched land in Venezuela in case the US attacks. And this is according to the representative. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it won't come to that. Anyways, also on financial news, we got still, this thing with the bonds. UBS, I already made a video covering the review of UBS, also the bonds are surging, and now Citi, I'm gonna make a video just talking about it. Citi, the financial group, they did an analysis, and Reuters published such analysis regarding debt restructuring in Venezuela. Of course, that will increase the value of the bonds. But basically, right now, the bonds are worth like 25 cents on the dollar. A few years ago, were like 15 cents on the dollar. And according to Citi, they could reach like 50 cents on the dollar. And then that's when you take the haircut that you must take if you, if you bought Venezuelan bonds at face value. And then they are speculating on a 20-year Venezuelan bond that will roll over the previous debt of both the sovereign debt of Venezuela and also the main company, I'm sorry, not only Citgo's another thing, but the state-owned oil company PDVSA, that we already know, the largest company in Venezuela. So afterwards, we will have this 20-year bond rolling over the rest of the debt combined with a coupon rate of around 4.5% compounded, of course. Also, you are going to have another 10-year bond, zero coupon, but this time is for interest payments on the bond holders, depending on their situation. So interesting here. I mean, this is not set on stone or anything like that. It's just an analysis by Citi. I mean, financially, I would love the restructure. Actually sounds reasonable for both ends. And but still, you know, we have to wait and see how, if and how transition will happen if such event happens. So the reason that I'm not publishing every single day, you know, kind of like one day yes and one day not, is because I don't want to, you know, give you, you know, empty calories. I want to go straight to the news. If something, you know, let's say, bam, happens, no pun intended, we're gonna go, of course, very quickly. Also, please follow me on Twitter, X, if you wanna call it. If something happens, I'm gonna be very quick on there, and then, of course, give my analysis here on the YouTube channel. So, right now, a tense, calm situation that's what I got right now to report. So, thank you again for your attention. We will see each other on the next video.